What is love? This question has echoed through centuries, through hearts and minds alike. And even after thousands of years of poetry, philosophy, and science, no one has given a final answer. Is love just an emotion, a chemical reaction, an evolutionary impulse? Or is it something greater, something that touches the very core of our being? Here, we don't pretend to have all the answers, but together, let's try to grasp this profound concept, explore different views, and maybe find a new way to feel and understand love. You see, throughout history, great minds have grappled with this very question. They've pondered its nature, its purpose, and its power over us. Let's embark on a journey through their ideas. First, we meet Plato, the ancient Greek philosopher who believed that love didn't reside in the flesh, but in the soul. He saw love as a yearning for the divine, a ladder we climbed from physical desire to the contemplation of pure and eternal beauty. This is what we now call Platonic love, a spiritual connection that transcends the body. In his Symposium, Plato describes how love leads us towards goodness, towards the perfection that exists beyond our earthly realm. But Plato wasn't the only one with profound thoughts on love. Moving forward, we encounter Aristotle, another giant of ancient Greece, where Plato soared into the realm of the ideal. Aristotle kept his focus firmly on the ground. For him, love was not just a flight of fancy, but a practice, a way of living. He distinguished various types of love, including philia, which is the love based on friendship, virtue, and mutual respect. To love, for him, is to will the good of the other, not because of what they give us, but for who they truly are. This grounded view of love continues to resonate today, reminding us that love is not merely a feeling, but a commitment, an active choice we make every day. But as we journey further, we come across thinkers who had a more complex, sometimes even contradictory relationship with love. Kierkegaard, the Danish philosopher, had a rather ambivalent view of love. For him, love is a leap of faith, a gamble, a risk. Think about it. When you truly love someone, you open yourself up to the possibility of pain, loss, and abandonment. You surrender your whole self to someone else's whims, trusting that it will all work out, but there are no guarantees in love. And that's what makes it so terrifying and exhilarating at the same time. In his book Ida Or, Kierkegaard uses the story of the young man in love who struggles with this very dilemma. Should he take the leap of faith or protect himself from potential heartache? There is no right answer. And that's the torment of love that Kierkegaard captures so beautifully. Nietzsche, the controversial German philosopher, was even more skeptical. For him, love was a form of power, a way to exert control over another person. He questioned the motives behind falling in love, suggesting that often it's our desire for possession, not genuine affection, that drives us. In his book, Twilight of the Idols, Nietzsche writes, "We love only as much as we are loved." What? Not too much. What then is love? This challenges us to examine our feelings and ask ourselves why we really want to love and be loved. Is it for the sake of love itself, or for what it can give us? These questions may seem harsh, but they're essential if we're to understand the complexities of love. In contrast to these philosophical perspectives, let's now look at what science has to say about love. Recent research in neuroscience shows that love triggers the release of chemicals like dopamine and oxytocin in our brain. These are the same chemicals that are released when we take drugs. So love can be addictive. Helen Fisher, a love expert and anthropologist, calls it falling in love dope. It's this chemical rush that makes us feel euphoric, obsessed, and even hallucinatory about our partner. Our senses are heightened. We see the best in them and overlook their flaws. But this intense feeling doesn't last forever. As the level of these chemicals in our brain decreases, we might start seeing our partner more realistically, with both their strengths and weaknesses. However, this scientific view of love as just a chemical reaction doesn't sit well with many people. How can something so profound, so spiritual, be reduced to mere brain activity? That's where the idea of love addiction comes in. Lucy Brown, a neuroscientist at the university, finds that love can indeed become addictive. When we fall in love, our brain releases the same chemicals that are released when we use drugs. But she argues that this addiction is not problematic. It's a good thing. Love makes us vulnerable, and that vulnerability is what makes life meaningful. Brown writes, "Falling in love feels so wonderful and necessary. The euphoria of new love is such a powerful, motivating force that we will do almost anything to find it." So science tells us that love is both chemical and powerful, a drug that makes us feel high and yet keeps us coming back for more. So what do all these views tell us about love? It seems that love is a multifaceted phenomenon. It's not just a feeling, but also a choice, an action, an experience that involves both mind and body, reason and emotion, science and spirituality. Love is everywhere. It's in the grand gestures, but also in the smallest acts of kindness, in shared silences, in longing, in loss, in the joy of reunion. It's in a mother's sacrifice, a father's patience, a friend's embrace, a stranger's unexpected compassion. Love comes to us in countless forms. It touches us in ways we never expected. Think about those you've loved in your life. How did it make you feel? What did it mean to you? Perhaps you found love in the warmth of a family bond, in the comfort of friendship, or in the passionate embrace of romance. Each of these forms of love is unique, yet they all share one thing in common. Love is a reminder of our shared humanity. It's what connects us to others. It's what makes us vulnerable, but also what gives our lives meaning. Now, we'd like to hear from you. What does love mean to you? Share your thoughts, stories, or experiences in the comments below. Your voice might resonate with someone else who's grappling with the same questions. Together we can create a community of shared experiences and understanding. Love is not always easy. It comes with challenges, misunderstandings, and sometimes heartbreak. But it's in these moments of struggle that love truly tests our strength, our empathy, and our commitment. Can you think of a time when you faced a challenge in a relationship? How did you overcome it? Did it make your bond stronger? Love requires effort, understanding, and a willingness to grow. It's not a static feeling, but a dynamic force that evolves with us. As we change, so does the nature of our love. It deepens, shifts, and adapts. Just as a gardener tends to their plants, we must nurture our relationships to help them thrive. As we come to the end of this journey through the concept of love, we hope you've gained new insights and perhaps a deeper appreciation for this complex emotion. Remember, you're not alone in this journey. We're all learning and growing in our understanding of love. So keep asking questions, keep exploring, and keep loving. Thank you for joining us. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and remember to subscribe for more thought-provoking discussions. Until next time.